Hey guys, it's Michelle with Modern Graphics and Design, and this week I'm just gonna show you how to make designs different. Like if you buy some artwork off the off the internet and you buy some clip art or designs or whatever, I don't like to use them as is. I like to, at the very least, change the color. But I like to change it just a little bit because, anybody can go and buy those designs and sell them. So if everyone's selling the exact same design, then yours isn't unique and it doesn't stand out. So, maybe you add a heart and people like the heart better than the other people's, or maybe you change it to a different color and they prefer that color. And, they've been searching for that color and they just, couldn't find it and you change it. So we're going to use this design here and this design here, two different companies. So this is from one company and this is from another. And then we're going to make it look like this. So, because you do have to be careful. A lot of times when you buy these designs, they say that you can use them for commercial use. Like, that's the first thing you should be looking for. And then you see it and you're like, cool, I can use these. But then if you get in deeper and you go further into their stipulations, some of them will say that you need to change the design. You cannot, like for this one, for instance, if this was one of those that had a restricted license or whatever, or commercial license, but you have to change it, I couldn't just stick this on a shirt and sell it. That's what they're saying. So you have to change it up. The more, the better. But, he's pretty cute, so we don't really want to do too much to him. And then this one here, I just thought, well, if it's going to say that, it should have Rudolph. So I found a cute Rudolph to go with it. All right, so let's get started. This is pretty easy, but, just want to get that mind going. Maybe you've been got two different images and you don't know what to do with them, or, just get those creative sparks flowing. And hopefully this will give you guys an idea to make your own design and make it your own. Whatever like my website is Monarch, so I try to incorporate butterflies in a lot of my designs because that's what I'm doing. So if you're doing a different kind of design, if you're doing, reindeers, then you probably want to have a reindeer on most of your designs or whatever. You get what I'm saying. All right, so we're going to go to File, we're going to go to New, and we're going to set these to whatever our manufacturer has told us that we should. This actually should be 300. I need to save that. But whatever our manufacturer has told us. If you're just playing around today, you can just make it like 3,500 pixels by 3,500 pixels. It makes no difference. But if you're going to put it on a shirt, you want your resolution to be at least 300, if not 350. And you want your background to be transparent. And you want it to be RGB. And then we're going to push OK. And now we have a new canvas. So, I probably don't do everything the technical way, but I do things that I think are easy. So, so anyway, we're just gonna use this image here to manipulate a few things to get it over here. So the first thing we're gonna do though is duplicate this layer. I can always reopen the file, but this is just faster. So if I duplicate, I don't know why I can't say that word. If I copy the layer, turn this one off, then when I mess this one up, this copy here, because I'm going to, I can always just turn this one back on and it's back to where it was. Okay, so I'm just going to go over here to my crop tool and I'm going to crop this root off. Now, when I first did this design, I left these antlers on, and you know, you could. So I'm going to crop that, and then I'm going to click and drag and put it over here. So you could leave those antlers on if you wanted to. I decided to take them off just because I was like, well, he's got antlers here, you know, so I ended up taking them off. But you know, that's up to you. That's what's making it, you know, that's what's going to make it different. So we're going to go ahead and label this root off text. Okay, so we're just going to leave that there for right now. We're going to go back and Control Z just to get it back to where it was. And so then if you wanted to use all of this text, you would just do the same thing as I just did. You know, crop it, use your erase tool if you have to get rid of some of these images, and then you click and drag that over there. I ended up using a different text because I'm just weird, I guess. But this S, this font, whatever this font is, this S is upside down. So that might not bother you, might not bother 99% of the population, but so I ended up retyping the font. So that's really all I used. I mean, I used the verbiage, but that's pretty much all I used from this image here. So then we'll go over here and we're gonna change him a little bit. So I'm gonna go to the eyedropper here. I'm gonna change his scarf. I'm going to go over here to the eyedropper tool. I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to click on the darker of the green here. And it's going to put it over here. And then I'm going to click on there. And then now I'm going to pick a darker green. And so, but the reason I clicked on this, you know, the current color, because I wanted another shade of green. So I wanted it, to, you know, the right color palette to pop up for me. If you were going to do, you know, blue, you wouldn't need to do that. But since I want a darker green, I'm going to go over here and get a darker green. We're going to push OK, go to our paint bucket, and then just click on the darker green here. And then you have to go up here around his neck and click wherever you need to. Then I'm also going to change this lighter green. So I'm gonna leave this green up here just so I have it. And I'm gonna switch this little arrow here and then this other color comes up. So if you wanted, you could do white, and I thought about doing white, but I thought it was a little too stark. So I changed it to like a light gray. And then you just click on the lighter green to get it to change. Okay, and then I'm going to click on these two boxes here, and it takes me back to my black and white. And I'm going to color in his mouth black. Okay, then I'm going to take my eyedropper tool here again and click on the dark part of his foot. That made this turn this brown here. Then I can go to my paint bucket and make the antlers match the bottom of his feet. Okay, now we're going to change this color here to red. Actually, I think we need to change those colors. Let me see. I want to change it to this red here. And get my eyedropper. Did it change? Yeah, it changed a little bit. Barely, but it did. So, I'm going to set that red up. And then we'll go to our paint bucket tool and we'll paint the scarf. And you can see it's just a little different, not too much. But now see, if I tried to color in his nose, oh, there we go, okay. So I colored in his nose. That way all the reds match. And then I'm gonna leave that color here because now I'm gonna get a brush and put hearts on his feet. And you can do that now, or you can do it over here. Like I have it over here. And then I can turn it off and on. So you can do that over there, and then you would be able to turn it off and on. Because once I do it here, it'll be attached to him. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I've already done the design. And so I know exactly what I want. If you don't know exactly what you want, definitely make a new layer. Do not do this. So, just get the brush here. I have little heart brushes. I'll go over that in just a second. And then just put them on his feet. Now, because I did not do a different layer, that's it. It's attached. And like I said, I would only do that if I knew exactly what I wanted. If I wasn't sure that I wanted it or not, I would create a new layer. Here, I'll name this Hearts on Feet. Because then that way you can change the color, you can adjust the size. Now I did put them both on the same layer, and I don't suggest that either. I suggest you put them on 2 separate layers. But then this way you can be like, do I like it? Do I not? Maybe you do one design with, one design without. Okay, so now we have our little Rudolph here. So we are going to make sure we're on our move tool. We're going to click and drag him up into place here. Okay. And then we're just going to leave everything for right now until we get everything we want on it. So now I'm going to go to my text tool and write, is my bestie. Check the check mark there. And we're going to click on the T there. Click on the T there. It'll make the color box over here pop up. We're going to grab the dark brown and we're going to push OK. Then we're going to grab our eyedropper tool again, get the dark brown to show up over here. When you click on a color over here, it'll show up over here. We're going to take our paint bucket and we're going to click on the Rudolph text here and we're going to change these letters. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and name this one Rudolph. And I'll write pick just because I have a picture and a text. Okay, so now on this Rudolph text, I'm going to go ahead and delete. I'm going to go ahead and erase the antlers here just because I put them on there so you could see, and then but I'm going to go ahead and erase them. So click on your eraser tool here and make sure you're on your correct layer. and then just erase, and then make sure you get everything so there's nothing hiding in the background. And let me see something here. An excellent way, I'm not going to erase all of this because I'm going to show you something. An excellent way to check your work to make sure that you didn't miss anything. Those are kind of obvious, but sometimes they're hard to see. Those are pretty easy to see. But you'll get what I'm saying here in just a second. Like, that one's a little hard to see. Not too hard, but anyway. The best way to check your work if you're doing this is go over here and add a stroke. And then just make the stroke big, and you'll see where all your, where you missed in the erasing. And like I said, that was pretty obvious, but a lot of times it's not. So that is a good way to double check your work, because when you go to add a stroke, every little bit shows up. Okay, so now let's size everything. Let's get on our move tool. We'll go on our root off text here and Control T, and use our Shift button to keep it coordinated, or proportionate, sorry. And we're gonna go ahead and just put this on the side here. And you can leave it straight, you can turn it the other way. You can do whatever you want. Okay, and then let's go to It's My Bestie. Is my Betsy. Betsy. Yeah, Bestie. Okay. And let's just make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay, and I'm gonna move this down just a little. And we're gonna go ahead and make Rudolph here a little bit bigger. So Control T, hold the Shift, click and drag. His antlers actually don't look too bad in there. And I don't think that's how they are on the other one, but that's okay. Get the little ear there right in Rudolph. Okay. And then, well, we'll see what happens. I'm going to center the Rudolph and the text. So click on the first layer, hold the Shift key, and hold the second layer, and then come up here and hit Align Horizontal Centers. It's okay. They were aligned apparently. Okay, let's see. We'll put this back because it moved. It doesn't necessarily put them in the middle, it just aligns them with each other. But now that I've got them centered, then I can move them wherever I want as long as I have both of these layers selected. Okay, and then that's it. That's it, guys. So we took, you know, this, basically we just kind of used the verbiage. And then we took this cute little guy here and we changed him up a little bit. And then we made us a new design. So that's all you really need to do. You know, you can get this, you can get, I wouldn't buy full on t-shirt designs, and just put them on a shirt and sell them yourself, I wouldn't do that personally. I would buy the clip art. You know, I would buy the art, this kind of stuff, and then, you know, this was just part of a package, and I thought it was cute. So, you know, but you can use this arrow on it. You know, you can pick this apart right here and just use the hearts. You can just use the arrow. You can just use the verbiage. You know, you can just do whatever you want. But then that way it changes it up a little bit. So you still have the rights to use it because you bought these with the licensing. But then you changed it up so that it's unique and yours. So even if someone is selling a shirt that says Rudolph is my bestie, maybe it looks like this because they didn't do anything to it, you know? Or you know, so just change it up, make it yours. If you have a color theme on your website, you know, change it to your color theme. This is obviously Christmas, so, you know, this is red and green. That's the other thing that we could do. We could change these to red and green, you know, or whatever. And then that would be different too. This actually would probably look really good in green with that red nose. Yeah, see how I mean, that was just a little, it was just a little change. And, you know, I get it. It's not that different. But sometimes a little change can make a huge difference. Sometimes you can take an image and, you know, come up with just something great. I could add some snowflakes. I could find an image of Santa Claus or a Santa hat. You know, anything just to kind of change it up and make it your own. I'm going to be doing a couple more videos just like this. So hopefully you like this one. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. But what I'd really like is if you guys would join our Facebook group. The link is in the description below. And it's for graphic designers of every skill level. Graphic designers and Photoshop. People learning Photoshop. So there's videos on there, not just mine. There's videos on there. You can post videos, like if you have a favorite one or if you do one, you can post them up there. People could watch the video and then, you know, do the work and then post what work they did based on following the video. So just check it out. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And I will see you guys next week. Okay guys, real quick. I meant to do this during the video and totally forgot. So, and I didn't do this before I made my design. And I probably should have, but maybe now I'm glad I didn't. So I just typed in Rudolph is my bestie. And look, somebody's selling this. Maybe they're just selling the design. I'm not really sure. But look at, none of them look like the one that I just bought. Or made. Sorry, not bought. I took 2 bought images and made it my own. See, I mean, these people just took the exact same design and plastered it on a shirt and didn't change it at all. So, there's going to be people and they're going to be like, that's the one I want. That's the one I want right there. That's the shirt I want. But then there are also going to be people who are like, man, these are all the same. And then they're going to see one that's different. They're going to go, hey, that's the one I want. So, I don't know. You might want to Google stuff before. It can give you ideas, but then it can also maybe make you go that direction and you might not want to. So, I'm kind of glad I didn't Google this before. So see, mine is unique enough. It's still got, the same verbiage. It's got a cute reindeer. It's similar enough, but it's unique enough. All right, guys. Go out there and be creative. See you next week.